Good evening, namaste, or adab. Welcome to our anniversary special Poetry Live Quilling Verses. Poetry is all that is worth remembering in life. And today, with us, we have some wonderful poets who have created many soulful poems that must not be missed by anyone. Without any further delay, let's welcome our first poet for the evening. We have with us Shakuntala ma'am. Her journey as a writer started by sharing a life experience more than 5 years back, unintended, that fetched her first debut win and humble accolades. Certificates, badges, rewards, interviews all happened along the way, and her journey still continues. She's been featured in several national and international portals and anthologies and has won several contests on many literary platforms. So let's welcome Shakuntala ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. Ma'am, you need to unmute the mic, please.
Hi,
Good evening,
Shweta.
ma'am.
Namaste. Good evening, and good evening to all here. Thank you for having me here. My pleasure, privilege, and honor to literally be with you here today. I didn't expect this. I'm happy to be here.
Well, ma'am, having you here is a matter of pride and honor for us. Thank you so much for accepting our invite.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so let's welcome our next guest now. Our next guest for the evening is a very dear friend and a fantastic writer, Rekha Mordani. Rekha Mordani graduated from Maharani College, Jaipur, and before becoming a full time writer, she had rich experience of writing web content. Her articles were also published in the prestigious Assam Tribune newspaper. Her sublime and captivating blogs can be found on several reputable writing websites. Having the greatest admiration for the military personnel stimulated her to choose the plot for her debut fiction book novel, Miles and Fears, which was released in June 2021. She also conducts interaction sessions named Virangana, where she invites military personnel and their families to come forward and speak about their inspirational stories. So let's welcome Rekha Murdani. Hi, good evening, Rekha. How are you? Welcome.
Good evening, Shweta. Hello, namaste, everyone. I'm so fine and I'm so honored, and it's truly a privilege for me to be here today. Thank you for having me, everyone.
Thank you so much, Rekha. It's a pleasure to have you with us.
Same here, same here. Congratulations to the Story Scrappers and to you,
Thank you so
Shweta.
much. Thank you. Thank you so much. And now we move on to welcome our next guest. And our next guest is Munira Dalal, ma'am, a BA graduate in sociology, a renowned teacher by profession. She has taught in various schools and has conducted coaching classes for students across all boards for nearly 2 decades. She is also a level 8 trained teacher in abacus. Having a flair for designing greeting cards, she has successfully launched her brand Shabnam, a collection of exclusive greeting cards. Her poetry on various themes has been appreciated and awarded in literary forums, in many literary forums, in fact. She has been felicitated by Sampurnam Memorial Award 2018 in recognition of her outstanding contribution to literature. Recently, she has been honored a jury award for the most eloquent writer of the year on a prestigious literary forum. So let's welcome Munira ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. Thank you so much for being here.
Good evening, Shweta. Hello, everyone. And thank you for the warm welcome. Truly humbled by your love and, it's an honor to be here with you all. And I would just take this opportunity to thank Story Scrapers and congratulate them also on their 4th anniversary. And thank you so much once again. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your blessings and your wishes. And now I take the honors to invite our next guest. Our next guest is Preeti Agrawal, a homemaker, a mother, a writer, a poet, a blogger by passion. Being an author, she has self published her two books through Notion Press. She has written many blogs in Times of India. Her writings also got published on various other platforms. She is also a proud member of the Parent Circle community, the circle of encouragement and joy. She believes that our words and acts of kindness can really empower others. Such a noble belief. Welcome, Preeti. So good to have you here. Welcome to our show. Preeti, unmute, please.
Hello everyone and namaste. Thank you so much, Shweta, for such a warm welcome and your precious appreciation. Thank you so much. I am super delighted to be here. It is very exciting. I am overwhelmed with joy and gratitude to be among these esteemed writers. So it's an honor for me, really. I would like to congratulate StoryScrapers and every writer here for this remarkable journey and achievement. Thank you so much.
Yes,
Thank
absolutely. It's not the
Absolutely. It's
journey
not the
of story
journey of
scrapers.
stories.
It's a journey
It's
of
a journey of
everyone, each writer who's been
each writer
associated
who's
with
been
us.
associated. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Now
Okay.
we move on
Now
to
we move on
inviting.
to invite.
My voice is
My
echoing.
voice is
Can I
echoing.
request
Yes.
you all
I
to
request
please
you all to
unmute?
please.
అక్కడ ఆన్ చేసారా మీరు బంద్ చేసారా?
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Now moving ahead. Now I invite our next guest, but I'm inviting her with a few lines which are written by her only. And the title of these lines, the title of this poem, the piece that she has written is called Crafting Words. So here it goes. Scribbling emotions on a page. It takes courage to ink what your heart speaks without an utterance from your lip. It is an art to soak in your thoughts and live a moment in your creativity. Art is though in the smile of a masked face. They know how to perform with so much grace. These words beautifully explain the power and importance of poetry in the life of this guest of ours, Kinjal Jain, who finds solace in the pages of a book escaping the confines of time. So let's heartily welcome our next guest, Kinjal Jain. Hello, good evening, Kinjal. Thank you so
Good
much for being
evening.
here.
Good evening. Hello, everyone. It's been a pleasure and congratulations for your 4 years completion of StoryScrapers. And it's been indeed a good, very platform for all our writers. And thank you for your existence really made a difference to our lives. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Kinjal. And we wouldn't have been here without the support of you all writers, without the participation of you all writers. It's a family that has moved ahead
Yes.
together. So thank you so much for being a part of our family. Thank you so much for that. So it's really amazing to have you women poets here who are actually creating a parallel universe of art and literature. So let's start with the conversation. And there are so many things that I want to ask you all. So, starting with Shakuntala ma'am, I want to ask a question, but before that, I really want you all to share one poem of yours which is very close to your heart. So, because it's a poetry live, so let's start with the poems only. Let's start with the poetry for the love of poetry that we all have with us. So, please share a poem of yours, Shakuntala ma'am, which is close to your heart, which really, when while writing, you felt really nice about, and you still remember each and every word, and you have lived those words.
Yeah. Thank you, Shweta. Uh, I sort of, I wanted to pick out on one of my best poems, but it took some time. But at the same time, I have another poem which is close to my heart, of course. So the title of this poem is "In Quest of Peace." In Quest of piece, and long back I had written, I think, to one literary group that I've been active on. So I would like to recite that. And thank you all. Nice to see you all over here, beaming, and of course, great writers, all of you. And I hope you boost my confidence a little here. And I'll start with my poem here, In Quest for Peace. Okay. This is kind of a question answer kind of a poem here, where I myself put a question and I again give the answer on behalf of whatever I'm stating here over here. So here it goes. In Quest for Peace. Oh, dear winds wanton, why is your roar so uncanny? We mourn our luck, laden with sorrows and tyranny, riding on us with roguish cacophony. O waves of wisdom, why this monstrous rolling? Turbulent sea waters caterwauling, leaving our cool waters shivering and quivering. Where's the magic, dear diamonds, of the astral realms, saddened by the dissonance around the earthly hems? We faded away into the yonder misty hells. Where is the fortitude, dear, majestic, massive fusion? We mighty mountains of the pristine regions stand dumbstruck by man's discordant draconian actions. O land of rivers and saints of immemorial plains, where's the peace that once prevailed on these terrains? Where is the calm and bliss of the glorious rains? Why is the quietude of this world so constrained? Why is the tranquility of these regions so restrained? Oh, why the eerie refrains of these grand terrains? In quest of peace, I rave and rant. In search of harmony, I brave the affronts. In pursuit of equanimity, I dare to stand. For quest of peace, I shall strum the amity strands. In search of calm, I will tweak the mellifluous heavenly bands. In pursuit of cosmic bliss, I shall play the peace strings for my wonderland. Let the soothing winds of change blow. Let the clean waters of life flow. Let waves of wisdom ever float. Let mighty rocks of reverence ever glow. Let mighty rocks of reverence ever glow. This is
That's
in case.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Very
Thank you.
nice, ma'am. That's so beautiful. And actually, this is the scenario which we are facing, and we are going through these things only these days. That we
Yes.
are making those skyscrapers, and we are, ignoring everything which is around us, and we can get peace and happiness in small little things which are there around us, which God has actually given us, and we ignore them completely. So
Yeah. Yeah.
lovely. Beautiful, ma'am. Very nice. I love the words that you have used in this poem.
Thank,
All the way you have described it is really beautiful. Very nice.
thank you, Shweta.
Okay, now I will not go to any one of the poets. I want you to come up with your poem. So who wants to share the poem now? Oh, we have two contenders. Please go ahead. Any one of you, whoever wants, please go ahead.
All right. Shall I?
Yeah, please.
My title says Pretty in Pink, not innocent as you think. She is a queen without her king, historically speaking, with a more powerful wing. She took a challenge in the eye and gives it a wink. Don't consider her weak, thinking she is all pink. She didn't want to be loved for her petals. She wanted to be loved for her thorns. She knew if someone loved her flaws, they would love her whole. She is the voice and will never follow an echo. Reimburse price for many. So can't afford to let anything go. New hopes and ideas are on her face. Victory will occur with a cheerful grace. Victory will occur with a cheerful grace.
Lovely. That's such an empowering poem. Yes, that's nice. Very
Thank you
nice,
so much.
Kinjal. And just to add one thing to what Kinjal has just shared, I don't know, but why are we categorizing the colors with
Pink.
the
Yeah.
the gender? I'm always, I'm never in favor of this thing that we always associate blue with boys and pink with girls, and we
Yes.
start telling them in the very beginning years of their life that okay, you are a boy, so you choose blue. You are a girl, so stick to pink. Why girls can also wear blue and boys can also
This
wear pink? Why
this was
not?
actually my majority of amount of inspiration. Why it's always pink and why it is
Yeah,
considered to be a weak color sometimes. It's better you take
absolutely.
pink.
We like red also. They're the color of the fire. We like all those
Yes.
colors as well. Why just pink? So, and of course, boys should also be taught to wear these lighter shades, and
Yes.
the shades which we normally call the feminine ones. Why not? If we tell the boys to cry, not to
Yeah.
hide their tears, then why don't we tell the boys to wear pink also? It's okay.
The pink is a trending color, by the way, Shweta, among the
Yeah.
boys too nowadays.
Shakuntala ma'am wants to share
Yeah,
something.
Yeah, she wants to.
if I may, please. As such, also, if you see all the film heroes and budding heroes and all, they're already into that change of colors. They're all going with feminine colors only. So I think somewhere we have kind of, struck
Started.
that fixation. Yeah, that's so. I think slowly, probably we'll start wearing boys' colors and boys will start wearing feminine colors. You never know.
Sure,
That keeps changing.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Right, absolutely. And now I think Preeti is really waiting to share her poem as well, because she was the one who raised the hand along with Kinjal. So, Preeti, please unmute, Preeti. Preeti, please unmute. Hanji. It's on mute again.
Preeti, unmute.
Yeah, fine now.
Yeah, I'm going to share a poem which is very close to my heart. It is my first ever published poem in a, book by Notion Press. So it is very special for me. Uh, the title of the poem is Choices. Get good at being uncomfortable. Challenges may make you stable. Keep balance unshakable. It is a tough situation, not a war. You are what your choices are. You are what your choices are. Be more. This very moment you choose. Discover yourself to be a greater person. Make wiser choices of your actions. Just play it that you compose. Important that the older you must dispose. Making yourself lucky every moment. Don't think much to make comment. Don't think much to make comment. Anyway, you are what? Your judgment. Anyway, you are what? Your judgment. Your betterment is not far. Your betterment is not so far. You are what your choices are. You are what your choices are. Thank you.
Absolutely, Preeti. I completely agree with that.
Yeah, that's what makes choice of freedom.
Yes, that's right. Our
Freedom of
choices
choice.
actually.
Yeah, yeah. Freedom of choice. Yeah, that's what makes us special. Thank you.
Very nice, Preeti. I loved each and every word and everything that you shared.
Actually, it was written during lockdown period. That's why it was like words used were war and challenges.
Yeah.
You know.
Great, great.
Yeah.
You have correlated both the things very beautifully.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Shweta.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that with us. And now we move on to Munira ma'am. Would you like to share a poem with us?
Yes, sure. I would, Shweta. Uh,
Please.
the poem I'm about to recite is titled Let Go. Okay. Now, in this poem, I've depicted a few ordinary life situations and tried to portray how they affected my state of mind and emotions when I witnessed those incidents. I'm sure you will identify with all the incidents that I'm going to just recite. And there is a subtle message at the end of the poem, which I think is very relevant since we are coming to the end of this year and we're going to start a new year. So you can relate with that also. So I now recite, Let Go. Walking down a dusty street, forlorn and sad, I saw at the corner, holding colorful balloons, a lad. Happily, he released all the balloons in the sky. Seeing his joy, I let go of my sorrow with a sigh. Further ahead, I saw a starving family sharing scarce food. I bought for them more, wanting to do a deed good. Even in scarcity, seeing them giving and sharing, I let go of greed and contented counted each divine blessing. Witnessed a funeral procession, sad and solemn, helpless and lifeless, the body carried by pallbearers in a coffin. Wealth, status, and power in that moment proved their futility. I let go of my pride and ego with humility. Dark grey looming clouds, heavy hearted and laden with rain, burst open to pour as though to wash away the pain. Pent up frustration and despair when we let go. Thoughts full of positivity and hope fill our minds so. Free the mind of fears and failures of the past. You have the right to choose your life to again recast. Release jealousy, greed, hatred, anger, and despair from your cage. And when your mind and spirit are freed and unbound, write a new page.
That's
Thank
beautiful,
you.
Munira ma'am. So beautiful. We can
Yeah.
relate to, of course, the moment you said that you can relate to it, and seriously, we can relate to each and every word that you have shared with us. And this is
Thank
the ultimate truth of life, that when you are there in the end, you forget everything. These things are actually not going to make any difference then there in the end. So why throughout the life we are carrying such
you.
baggages
Yes.
and
So
all
much to
these
carry.
negative emotions along? So truly, so nicely describes, Munira ma'am. Very nice, seriously loving it.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And now it's Rekha's turn to share something from her corner.
It's my turn now. And I'm going to share two poems.
Yeah, please, please.
Fine?
My pleasure.
Yeah, okay. This one poem I've written when unfortunately I lost my father in 2022, and I was overwhelmed with emotions a lot, and I couldn't find any other way to release my emotions. So I used to write a lot. I used to write in my journal a lot what I was going through. I used to cry a lot, and words were my solace. So at that time, I've written this poem, which I'm going to share with all of you. Si- Silence descended, a heavy shroud. Agony invaded, hearts avowed. Trauma assailed, souls laid bare. Yet the sky received a precious soul to share. In the chaos of life's fleeting pace, I find solace in a gentle, loving face. After sunset's warmth and dark night's chill, after life's mundane routines, my heart stands still. In the quiet of my home, I see your smile, a photo frame that connects us all the while. In the world of noise, you are my peaceful nest. Papa, your memory is my solace, my heart's rest. In the thousand furnished rooms, your presence stays, a comforting feeling that never fades away. I carry you in my heart, a love that's strong and true. Papa, I'll hold on to the memories forever shining through. This was for my father, what I was going through at that time.
This is
And
beautiful, Rekha. Very nice. It really touched our hearts. And undoubtedly, somebody who has lost a dear one, only that person knows the pain, what he or she is going through. But the way you have shared it is really commendable. And his blessings are always there with you. In each and every word that you write, whatever you do in your day to day life, he's always there with you
definitely,
always.
undoubtedly, he's there with me.
Yeah.
This one poem which I'm going to share with all of you, this represents me as a person. What I am, I've written in this poem, and this I've written after a lot of experiences of after earning a lot of experiences of my life. So it is written in very simple language, but this is what I am. I'm fire, I'm ice, I'm a woman who is not always nice. I'm the woman who distills amazing sense from ordinary meanings and utter so immense. From a portion of scent in the infinities of sky, from the depths of hearts and the thoughts so high, from the labor of days and the silences of nights, from the grip of threads to the aspiration of kites. I have learnt lessons that has helped me grow and discern and shaped my heart to love and to yearn and guided me through life's joys and concerns. I am iron, I am gold, forged in fire, my spirit is mold. Be my foe, be my love, either way I will rise above. Love me, I will love you more. Hurt me, it won't affect me anymore. I'm fire, I'm ice, I'm the woman who is not always nice.
Not always nice. I love that. This is
Thank
beautiful.
you. Thank
Very
you.
nice. Great, great. These are my thoughts, my wordings also, my life also. You take it like that way. That not just your poem, it's our poem.
We all are like that, you know. We become like that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Very true. Okay, now if you all may permit, may I share one of my poem as well?
It's going to be a pleasure listening to you, Shweta, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, please.
Thank you. Let me just find out which one. Okay, fine. Now, so we talked about uh, the pain, we talked about nature, we talked about the changes, we talked about the choices. Let's talk about little bit more about romance also. This is also part of very essential part of poetry. So let's talk about romance. I've never shared any romantic poem of mine which I have written, so I found that this is the right platform where I can. So the title of this poem is Forever Love. Blissfully trapped in Cupid's cage, it was hide and seek their eyes played. In the lone lanes of neighborhood, or in the garden where blooming flowers stood, the restless lovers tried to find solace, away from watchful eyes and societal gaze. Their hands entwined took them far away. Besotted they walked on their dreamy way. May their love go on forever and anon, and never wizen with time and age, and never wizen with time and age. छोटी सी थी बस. Thank you.
Wow.
most
Lovely, lovely.
Lovely. Beautiful poem.
lovely, yeah, lovely, soft
Thank
and
you.
pure.
Thank you
Incidentally,
so
Shweta,
much.
ma'am, some small ones are also very direct to the point.
Thanks for that, Kinjal. Okay,
Yes.
now we have shared our beautiful poems, and but I really want to know that what is the inspiration behind all these poems. So please share that also, that when you are writing a poem, when you are putting the words down, when you are penning the words down, so what is there in your mind? Or in fact, we can talk about the inspiration behind the poems that you have just shared also, and otherwise also, when you write poems, what inspires you the most?
I
Whom are you
think
asking?
Shweta, okay. I think it's poem. Poem is another name of emotions. When we
Yeah.
present our emotions in a lyrical form, then it is poem, and it transports you to the era of musings, metaphors, and imageries. So it takes you to another world. That's what I believe. So when I write, I need peace. I need, like, my emotions are overwhelmed. Whenever I'm overwhelmed with emotions, I write, and this is the easiest way to release my emotions. Whenever I'm happy, I'm sad,
Absolutely.
in whatever mood I am, I write. So I think this is something which also help you a lot to release your emotions. It can be a good friend. Your journal can be your best friend.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with that. I completely agree with that.
Shweta, yeah, I would like to also share, like, since you just heard my poem, as I
Yes,
mentioned in the beginning also, I draw inspiration from life itself. You know, like the
right.
experiences in different situations of life and the emotions they evoke, those experiences, they become the theme of my poems. So, because I
Right.
feel, that when you write a poem and it is related to you as a poet, and there is some
Yes.
uniqueness to it, it is personal. So, it gives the poem a lot of authenticity also. So,
Yes, absolutely.
my poems are directly related to life experiences.
Yeah. So it's like what we have gone through, we are
Gone through,
reading the
yes,
same.
yeah. So, it is very authentic also, and it's just straight from the heart.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah,
That's
may I?
yes, yes, please, ma'am.
So I fully agree with Munira Dalalji. Obviously, I won't claim that I'm a poet of a stature or a standard. For me, everything happens just to happen. That's all. In the sense that sometimes I see the prompts, and those prompts which are very close to my heart. Like she said, life experiences. Somewhere, some emotion or some experience that just comes to your mind when you see the title given or the subject given or the prompt given. That's what sort of goads me into writing, so I won't say I'm not a literature student, but yes, several times you do end up writing without your knowing also something which you didn't even know that you could write to this extent. There are times when they come out well, there are times when they don't come out well, but somewhere, yes, lurking behind the mind there will be some life experience or somebody else's also. Need not be our personal experiences, but
Right,
could be
right.
somebody else's experiences also. So we try to sort of bring in that content, maybe in a more expressive way than the actual incident. Like that's what I
Yeah.
feel. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but that's how I feel.
We have our own ways of expressing the things.
Yes. Basically, this prompts, take us places, Shweta. You don't imagine at times okay, this topics we are going to ever write all these topics, and sometimes this prompts really take us to that place and give us that feel and that kind of thing, to get into that zone.
Yeah.
So this is always a good help to us.
Right. I guess Preeti also wants to share something.
Yeah, I also feel the same. Actually, poetry comes out very naturally whenever it is just that I write my heart out, and it is very natural, and the flow of rhythm and rhyme, and it just poetry is formed. So it is one of the highest form of creativity, right? So I have written 3 lines on creativity. Mm, I would like to present if you will allow.
Please, please,
Shall I? Creativity
please,
you
go
must
ahead.
always hold. Creativity you must always hold, as it never gets old, for a masterpiece to unfold. Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely right. We should never hold it all.
Yes, you are bound
Great,
to
great.
unfold a masterpiece when you are a creative person. So just dive
Yeah,
in creativity, and yeah,
I agree. I
that's
agree
how
with
I
you
write.
completely. Whatever is there in our mind, in our hearts, whether it is in any form of art, whether it's painting, whether it's written form or any other form, we should never hold it back. We should always share it out. Otherwise, we are just, collecting the things inside. Okay, now moving ahead with one more important aspect, that is we all have been writing poems since long, and we are sharing that also with each
Poems
other.
since long,
So, what is the
and we're
importance of
sharing that
poetry
also with each
in
other.
our
So,
lives?
what is the
So, I
importance
want
of
to
poetry?
start with Munira ma'am only.
So,
So,
I want to
Munira ma'am, what
start
is the importance of
with
poetry in your
Munira
life?
ma'am. So, Munira ma'am, what is the importance of
See,
poetry in your life?
is
See,
my voice echoing? Is it
is
audible?
that
Fine, ma'am.
See, Shweta, if you ask me personally, if I have to
See,
define
Shweta, if you
poetry,
ask me personally,
I
if I
would
have to
say it
define,
is in a one phrase, one line
I
phrase.
would say,
Words flow, emotions they know. I think, that sums it up, because what I feel that feelings and emotions, they play a very important role in well-being of our minds and thought processes. And then this influences our relationships on a personal and societal level, and how we express, how well we can express ourselves, that determines the response to our actions. So I would say poetry is like, a tapestry of words skillfully woven, and it gives a bold or a tender message.
Right.
Now the message is up to you how you convey it. So it is a very beautiful and very significant medium of expression.
Yes.
So
Absolutely,
for
and very
me, it's
empowering one and very poignant one, because
very,
the way, like, Kinjal shared her poem, or Preeti, or you all have shared it. All the poems, they have carried a message.
yes.
It,
So it's a
it has
very
a
big
message.
way of, yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Sorry.
Shakuntala ma'am, you want to share something about it?
about poetry.
Importance of poetry in our lives?
Can I mention it in a verse form? What I feel about poetry. Can I read out that in verse form?
Please, 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 ma'am.
Yeah. So, as according to me, poetry to me is an ocean of words bobbing and bouncing, inundating my senses, flapping and fluttering. Emotions on a roller coaster journey, exciting. Feelings rushing to ferry my ponderings. Undulating thoughts eagerly awaiting to elucidate sentimental expressions surging, explicating my myriad reflections hovering in the deep recesses of my mind, unwinding, floating and flowing with a fervor invigorating, interpreting my ideas and ideological musings, explaining moods and tempers, swinging, exploring the intensities of life and living, reminiscing, recalling, and reflecting on my experiences and perceptions, often flitting sensibilities and sensations to flipping thoughts, buzzing and swirling in a magical resurgence, seeking an escape into the realms of pristine poetic effulgence. That's
Wonderful, wonderful, ma'am.
thank you.
You have
Thank
actually covered everything with
yeah,
what poetry means to us. You've
yeah,
covered everything in that. But I'm
thank
sure
you.
Rekha still wants to share something else also.
Actually, my network was tripping.
That's okay.
So, I wanted to say that there is a very famous saying in Hindi, "जहाँ ना पहुँचे रवि वहाँ पहुँचे कवि." हम
Kavi,
सबने सुना होगा,
actually,
you must
yeah.
have heard it. So it means
Yeah.
we can reach anywhere
It means
through our
you
words,
reach
through
anywhere
poetry.
through words, through
My,
poetry.
your voice is echoing, I think. Right?
Voice is echoing.
Yeah. So if we descend a few centuries into the past, then how do we know about those people? I think it's through sculptures and through poetries only, through their words.
Yes.
So it is immortal. It lives forever. Even if we are gone, our words, our poetry is going to live forever. So, and it also encourages creative thinking as well. Yeah, and it brings a positive change in our lives.
I think there's some technical issue at her end. Some network issues are there. So we can go ahead with Kinjal. Kinjal, you want to share something about it?
Yes, when it's been told that poems are like mortal, I just have a little thing called as life illustration. The little story you read leaves a story in dream, where there's no boundary of place, towards nightfall upon a race. Though diving and soaring to the sky, it's end of the chase and the moon is high. Freedom from the world which you deny. Taking the ride as it's hard to bid by. In a rush to be seen, love and pride. We forget our simplicity cry. A fulfilling joy of solitude, drifting, dreaming in an azure mood. And that's how poem is for me, Shweta. It's like there's
Yes.
no boundary, and you it just keep on pouring up. You just keep on pouring, and it's a dream. It's a basic dream for me.
Yeah, lovely, lovely. That's a wonderful description for poetry. Very nice, Kinjal. Lovely words.
So much.
And Rekha is back with us. Rekha, can you
Yes.
hear us? I don't think we are still connected properly. Okay, we'll wait for Rekha to connect again. Yes, Preeti, do you want to share something about it? What poetry means to you? What is the importance of poetry in your life? Please unmute, Preeti.
I think poetry brings a smile on my face. It is always very refreshing, and it connects directly to your heart. So, yeah, a smile for this poetic experience. I would like to share a poem. Okay. Uh, a smile for every experience is empowering. A smile for every experience is empowering as the depth of you is flowering. With experiments and commitments amid the unpredictable moments. And your uniqueness is revealed through the aura you build. So smile your heart out for everything, what is there and what is not. Thank you.
That is so beautifully and
That
so
is so beautifully and so
simple, simply explained that poetry is smile. So that brings a smile on her face. And of course, Preeti, when you share your poems with us, it brings a smile on our faces as well. So thank you so much for, having that love for
you know.
poetry.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Shweta.
Lovely. Okay. We have shared poems
Have shared poems
that we have written, but
that
I'm
we have
sure,
written, but I'm sure
when we read more and more poems, when we get into a particular art, there are some work, there are some pieces, there are some poems which inspire us as well. So I want you all to share that also, and why that particular poem has inspired you, and what is so special about that poem, or the style, the whether it's the style that has fascinated you, whether it's the words, whether it's the theme behind it. I want you all to please share that one poem also with all of us. Rekha, sorry, before we start, Rekha, sorry, we lost you a few minutes back. I hope the network is stable now. Do you want to still share something? You were really sharing some nice views about importance of poetry.
No, that's okay. I would love to share my favorite poet's poetry now.
Okay, please go ahead with that.
I read Emily Dickinson a lot, and I love all his poems, all her poetry. Sorry. So this is my favorite one, which I'm going to recite now. I felt a funeral in my brain. This is the topic of the poetry. That's how I feel sometimes. I felt a funeral in my brain, and mourners to and fro keep treading, treading till it seemed that sense was breaking through. And when they all were seated, a service, like a drum, kept beating, beating till I thought my mind was going numb. And then I heard them lift a box and creak across my soul with those same boots of lead again. Then space began to toll. As all the heavens were a bell, and being but an ear, and I and silence, some strange race, wrecked solitary here. And then a plank in reason broke, and I dropped down, and hit a world at every plunge, and finished knowing then. So this was Emily
Beautiful.
Dickinson's poem. I love
Very
reading.
nice, very nice. And she is my favorite poet as well. And there is a very famous quote which is written by her, which I always, keep it in my mind that we all are broken, and that is how the light gets in. So I really love that quote of hers, and it
Absolutely.
is really beautiful. And of course, the words that she has shared are really beautiful too. Thank you so much, Rekha, for sharing that with us.
Most welcome. My
I,
pleasure.
I want Munira ma'am also to share something with us. Munira ma'am, please share a poem that you really like a lot.
See, Shweta, I've been, I've read Khalil Gibran, at a very young age. I had
Ah,
started reading his essays. Now, he
yeah.
writes poems in poetic essay form. And
Yes, yes.
I should get so enthralled by his concepts and the ways to explain basic things, in that way. So he's been one of my
Absolutely.
favorite poets for, from very long, many years back. And of course, there are many famous quotes of him, which I'm sure I would love to share with you because even you all will really
I'll
like them.
share one. I'll share one, ma'am. I'll
Okay,
share
you
one.
first. You first. You first. Come on.
So
Lovely poem.
it is a very small incident that I was actually making the blackboard of my class. I was decorating it for the parent-teacher meet, and then suddenly that quote came to my mind because it's related to winter. I was making something which is related to winters. So that quote came to my mind. It was like, "Kindness is like snow. It covers. It beautifies everything that it covers."
Yeah.
So I
Correct.
just loved, that quote.
Everything he writes on. Now, I would share something on love because Shweta, you also said a romantic poem, and we are all going very serious. So I'll just mention two quotes of it. They're
Please.
beautiful quotes. He says, "For love, Khalil Gibran, let there be spaces in your togetherness." It is so important, and the way he
Beautiful.
explains, very significant words. Let there be spaces in your togetherness, and let the winds of heaven dance between you.
Oh,
Love one another, but make not a bond of love. No, let it be
yeah.
rather a moving sea between the shores of your souls. I mean, it is
This
so
is
beautiful,
beautiful.
and the message that he gives, I mean,
Absolutely
it's very
beautiful.
touching. Even for
Serene, soulful.
children, Shweta, since you mentioned the classroom, on children, he says, and though they are with you, yet they belong not to you. See,
Yes,
it is so important because nowadays, we try to influence our children in every way, do this
that's true.
job, marry this one, do this, do this. So he says it so clearly that they belong not to you. They, of course, are your children. So I got very much inspired by reading his work. And
Yes.
I would like you to read one of his very good poems. It's called Fear.
Oh,
And
I
this,
love this poem. The
yes. So,
river. I love this poem. Please
and
do
this,
share that.
and this again is related to everyday life. So
Yes.
I will just read it out to you. It's a beautiful, beautiful poem. Fear by Khalil Gibran. It is said that before entering the sea, a river trembles with fear. She looks back at the path she has traveled from the peaks of the mountains, the long winding road crossing forests and villages. And in front of her, she sees an ocean so vast that to enter, there seemed nothing more than to disappear forever.
Yes.
Now, it is heard how the river thinks, but there is no other way. The river cannot go back. Nobody can go back.
Hmm.
To go back is impossible in existence. The river needs to take the risk of entering the ocean because only then will fear disappear. Because that's where the river will know it's not about disappearing into the ocean. but of becoming the ocean.
Becoming the ocean.
But
Lovely.
it's beautiful. The message that he says, like so relevant in today's time, because we get so scared to take up something new, what to do,
Yes.
the fear that is what holds us back. So
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
he explains it so beautifully that she will finally become the ocean, but she's
Yes.
not saying that. She's getting
Yeah.
scared to enter the ocean. So,
श्वेता, if I may say something here,
yes,
Please, please.
हिंदी में इसकी इसकी इम्पैक्ट जो है पोएम की, जो वो तो और भी सही बैठता है. द ट्रांसलेटेड वर्जन इट स्टिल हैज अ मेलोड इफेक्ट, बट देन आई थॉट दैट द टिपिकल खलील गिब्रान्स हिंदी versions, they are always excellent, beyond comparison or beyond anything. Super,
Right, right.
full.
Absolutely, ma'am. Every word is so meaningful and that hits you hard. Whatever
Yeah.
he has written,
Yes.
it is really very meaningful.
and it
Beautiful.
and it
I'm a
makes
big
you
fan of his work.
sit back and think. It gives you
Yes,
makes you like to go for introspection. Okay, what did I read just now? So it's, yeah,
right, right. Absolutely. And introspection is the most important part of our life.
correct.
That's really important. Shakuntala,
Lovely.
ma'am, over to you now. Please share a nice poem with us. And this is
Uh,
the way it is going now. I'm really loving it. All such beautiful poems. First, you shared your poems with us. They were written so beautifully. And now
Thank
you're
you.
sharing these other beautiful pieces with us. Thank you so much. This is lovely. I'm really enjoying this evening.
I would like to read Robert Frost's poem, which is a very popular. I think everybody must have read it also. The Road
Yes.
Not Taken. And
Right.
the gist of it is like, we often tend to take the beaten tracks only, but
Yes.
very few have the guts or the courage to take on the road less traveled. So
Yes.
that's where he tries to, his language, his sentences are very simple, but it has loads of meaning and with experience and all in that. So, The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry, I could not travel both, and be one traveler. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could, to where in it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though, as for that, the passing there had warned them really about the same, and both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to the way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere, ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by. That has made all the difference in life for him.
Absolutely beautiful. Actually, that makes the difference in life. That
Yes.
is the thing that changes your
Yeah.
life. As we just heard that poem, Choices.
Yeah.
So here comes the choice, that what choice you're going to make.
Correct.
Right. Kinjal, your favorite poem. We are waiting for that.
Yes, even I'm an Emily Dickinson fan, and I just follow one poet on an Instagram whose also name is Emily Rosen. So if you just
Mhm.
give me a 2 minutes, it's a small one. So I'll
Please,
just read
please.
the Emily Dickinson one first. Hope is the thing with feathers. It's basically inspired with hope, and it's related to the bird. How does the bird give us a hope? Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be the storm that could abase the little bird that kept so many warm. I've heard it in the chillest land and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity it asked a crumb of me. Thank you.
That's so
This is,
beautiful. That's
yeah.
so beautiful. And I feel that Hope is the most beautiful thing that you have in your life. This is something very important and most beautiful as well.
Yes. And this is a poem, I've always screenshot and kept it in my phone. The moment you feel like, sometimes you need a pointers in your phone. If
Yeah, that's
somebody is
true.
just demotivating you or just getting down, you don't have to talk, you just have to read. You have to focus where it is going around.
Yes. Yes, exactly, exactly. Lovely. And you've given us a very wonderful tip also to keep all
I
the
hope.
things, all these motivating poems handy for
Yeah.
all of us, you know?
Yeah.
Very nice, Kinjal. Very nice. There's one more poem, Kinjal, that
Yes.
you wanted to share, please.
Yeah. It's one by Emily Joy. I tend to be following her on an Instagram. She writes really lovely poems. Not everyone's cup of tea, but undeniably someone's delight. Seduced by the pursuit of approval, caught in a cycle of compulsive pleasing, it becomes easy to confuse. Sort out moments of validation for feelings of loving. When you are tethered to your value, to someone's enjoyment of you, when you weigh your worth by the praise or disdain of your accrue, it's a short and a slippery slope to the drowning of your self esteem. Instead, become your own delight. Instead, become your own delight.
Wonderful. So aptly, so rightly said. Wow, beautiful. I really loved it a
Thank you
lot.
so
Very
much.
nice, very nice. We are always actually seeking validations. We are always asking others, about
Yes.
ourselves. And we forget that we know ourselves more than anyone else in this world. So why asking anyone else? Look yourself into the mirror and then ask yourself the same question. You'll get so many answers and right answers to that.
Yes.
In a way, introspection only, no?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Rightly said, Shakuntala ma'am. Very well said. Okay, Preeti, please, we want to listen to your poem as
We want
well.
to listen to your poem as well. Yes, I love reading Sadhguru's books. I have read almost all of his books,
Wow.
and my favorite poetry book is Eternal Echoes by Sadhguru. So I'm going to read one of his piece. Uh, his each and every word is so empowering and impactful. I tell you, that's why I really connect with every word very deeply. Okay, the title of the poem is A Brief. In the beat of a heart, in the gentle passage of a breath, in the intermittence of pulse, does life happen, and so does death. A fleeting moment embodies the dynamism of creation and stillness of its source. Thank you.
Very nice, Preeti. That was so powerful poem,
That was
actually.
so powerful poem, actually. Yeah, thank you.
And I really feel like we connect with
I
some
really feel
poets or some
like we
authors or
connect
writers
with
on our own
some
level.
poets or some
Whether it's any old, you can say, English author, English writer, English poet, or the latest ones, but that connection is something very important, and anyone in our life, anyone can influence us and inspire us at any point of time, and that is what matters the most.
Correct.
And this is such a beautiful evening which is going on. And I really don't want this evening to end, but we have to see the time also. And some time constraints, some restrictions are there. But before going, I want you all to please share any, maybe an instance or any word of wisdom or any inspiration for our audience, which they can carry away home, as a takeaway. They can also remember that forever in their lives. So Shakuntala ma'am, we can start with you first.
What inspiration can I give, Shweta? All the same, let's do our work genuinely. Let's all be happy. Let's be in peace. Let's all enjoy, particularly poets, enjoy your poetry if you're writing it. And that's life. Let's be jovial. Let's be calm. Let there be no unrest or chaos or sorrows or. I mean, it's a wishful thinking, utopian. I mean, expecting a utopian kind of a living, but that's what we all aspire for, also, which it's
Yes.
difficult to actually implement it, isn't it? So yes,
Right.
that's all I can say. Not that I'm giving a sermon or asking people to follow this, but since you asked me, I just the words came out that way. That's all.
No, this is beautiful, ma'am. This is beautiful. And I personally feel that instead of trying to change others, if we try to change ourselves, then everyone, if each one of us try to change ourselves, then world will definitely be a very beautiful place. It is indeed, and it can become better just by changing ourselves, making those small, small changes in our personality, in our nature, in our mindsets. We can make it
Mm,
a better place to live in. And
true.
of course, you have actually said the truth. This is what is needed in life. No chaos,
Mm,
joyfulness, and
mm.
simple changes.
Thank you.
Very nice, very nice. Thank you so much, Shakuntala ma'am, for sharing that. Yes, Munira ma'am, we want to hear from you as well.
Shweta, like, say, she say, take a message home. I don't know if I would like to share my own experience. Like, as we all are, this is a writers' forum. That I would say, like, since we are into that, pouring out our emotions, and we try to give a message, and for the people around us, for the environment around us, we should never stop doing it. That is what I just want
Right.
to say. Sometimes it happens, we get a writer's block. It has happened to me also many times. I feel, "Arey, I just can't write anything, what to do, But it never happens. I personally feel when the ink starts flowing now, it never stops, and it should never stop.
It
Maybe
should.
there's a
Never.
pause, maybe there is a pause, but it should keep on flowing, and you shouldn't be scared to, express yourself. Sometimes we feel, like, if I write this, what will the others think? What comment will I get? How will they criticize? That should never come to our minds, because see, we have got that. I mean, we are blessed, I would say, with that connection, that what we feel, we can pour it out. So sometimes it may be that, you feel, something, it is out of the way, but let it come out. Who knows, it could make the change, which Shakuntala ma'am just said. It could be in a
Right.
different way. So I personally want to give everyone a message, who all are there, even if they are not aspiring writers. You should make it an attempt to put it on paper, whatever is in your heart. You never know where it can lead you. And I have personally written, few 1 2 lines for my own self. Like I say, uh, thoughts weaved into words flow from my heart. Thoughts weaved into words flow from my heart. If they bring a smile even on one face, I have fulfilled my part. So that
How
should be the
sweet.
aim. That should be our aim.
Yeah.
Yes, actually, that's really beautiful, Munira. Very beautiful. I'm going to, remember that forever in my life. That any small word, any small deed, if it brings smile on anyone's life, then I think life is worth living.
Yeah, even if a one face, it brings a smile, our
Yes,
words, whatever we say, so we have done our part. So we should keep
absolutely.
on doing it. You never know whom you can change, how it affects you, how it will affect the other person. So let the ink flow, don't stop.
Absolutely, absolutely. That goes for each and every writer who
Everyone.
are
Yes.
associated here with our page and otherwise also who are aspiring, to come up with their work, to come up with their books. This is really beautiful. Very nice. Thank you so much, Munira ma'am, for sharing that
most,
with us.
most welcome, Shweta.
Yes, Rekha, anything that you would like to share? Unmute. Rekha, please unmute yourself. Thank you.
Sure, Shweta, I would love to share a lot of things with the viewers. वैसे बहुत ज़्यादा ज्ञान है इंटरनेट पे ऑलरेडी बट स्टिल आई हैव सम फ्यू वर्ड्स टू से विच आई हैव लर्न फ्रॉम माई लाइफ एक्सपीरियंसेस द फर्स्ट थिंग विच आई हैव लर्न फ्रॉम माई लाइफ एक्सपीरियंसेस इज believe in yourself, but it has a lot of power. If you start believing in yourself, God will start believing in yourself. So it's like that. So work for
Right.
yourself and choose your path. Decide for yourself. You must decide what's right for you, what's wrong for you. Nobody else is going to tell you. Decide your right. Something might be right for me, it might be wrong for you. Something might be wrong for you, it might be right for me. So decide your right. Your choice matters a lot, and you are unique, because nobody else is going to tell you, nobody else is going to like choose for you. So never depend on anyone else for your choices. Just believe in yourself. Everything right is going to happen. When you start believing, you will start getting things from above,
Yes.
from the universe.
Yes.
Universe is going, is a donor, he it is going to give you a lot. So believe is a very small word. Just have believe in yourself, and never do bad to others. Stay away from toxic people and stay positive. So believe in yourself and stay positive is my mantra.
Lovely, lovely. Very nice, Rekha. Thank you for sharing with us. And I also believe in your belief. I have full belief in your belief. I believe that. Very nice, lovely. Kinjal, yes, please. We would like to hear from you as well.
It's just basically in rush to be seen and love and pride and a validation, we really forget our simplicity. We have actually forgot our simplicity. There's simple things are quite good enough to be happy. So I think it just need to be simple, sweet, and stick to what. If you have discovered a talent or something, even I come across many a times, okay, why some posts are very negative, or why some posts are not moving to a positive part of life. So I believe sometimes I was really low listening to it, but then I realized, I said, it's okay. Everybody goes through this feeling. Some or the other person may always relate to it. So just be simple, be yourself. That's the mantra.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it is actually, the toughest thing to be yourself, but it is something that is going to make your life very easy.
Yes.
So this is really nice, a very big and a very great thought that you have shared with us, Kinjal, that be yourself. Absolutely. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Kinjal.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
And Preeti, we also want to hear
And
from you.
Preeti,
What are your
we
thoughts?
also want to hear from you and your thoughts. Yeah. Let there be streaming of energy and enthusiasm always in our life. So I really feel, personally, I like reading and traveling very much. It is uh, it is very useful in self expansion and self discovery. Keeps exploring and discovering new things in life, and reading and traveling both are really very helpful. So I really enjoy reading and traveling. I would say, everyone out there to please, you can also try. Reading and traveling never fails. It always starts with you, whether it is
Absolutely,
happiness or
absolutely.
creativity or
The nature and surrounding inspires a lot.
surrounding
Yes.
inspires a lot. Yes, yes, it is very inspiring. Thank
True,
you.
true, absolutely true. And you know what we have shared today? There are so many takeaways from every poem that you have shared, from these life lessons that you have shared. And it is actually not just a poetic evening. It is somewhere I feel that it is actually a evening which we are going to remember forever in our lives, for sharing such, golden words with each other, for with our audience also. It was really beautiful. It started, the flow of this evening was really very nice. We started with the poems and we shared the poems. Poems are life, and we actually ended with life. So this is really nice. Thank you so much. It was really wonderful to have you all here, such in experienced poets, such experienced writers, and such experienced individuals as well. Thank you so much, everyone, for
So
being
much,
here
everyone, for being here
on our show,
on
for
our show,
sharing this journey, for
for
sharing the
sharing this
happiness with
journey, for
us,
sharing the happiness with us.
and
May
being
I?
Proud
able
pleasure,
to.
Shweta.
Thank you, Shweta, for having us here on this platform and giving us a chance to express ourselves. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shweta. Congratulations and best wishes on your fourth anniversary. More anniversaries to you. And Story Scrapers, loved your coordinating all our, all these poets here. Thank you so much. Best wishes to each, all of you, all members and Story Scrapers.
It's been an honor, Shweta ma'am, having
Shweta,
all
for
of
such
us
a
here.
lovely evening.
It's been a real
Before we leave,
inspiration.
I really want to do 3 cheers for Story Scrapers.
Yes, why not?
Thank you so much.
Definitely.
Thank you. Thank you, Rekha. Thank you for your
Cheers for
kind
Story
words.
Scrapers. Before we leave.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Shweta, for this opportunity. Yeah, sure. You were saying something?
Let's
I,
do
uh, I
3
guess,
cheers
I
for
guess,
Story Scrapers.
yeah, Preeti, I guess Kinjal was saying something, and
I was joining up with Preeti for an Hippe Pure to
Hooray!
yeah.
Hooray,
three
yes.
cheers,
Hip, hip.
cheers, three cheers for all.
Yes. Hippe Pure. Hippe Pure for it.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you for a beautiful evening.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much,
Thank you, Shweta.
and thank you for connecting with us. Thank you to our audience who have always been there supporting us and being there with us throughout this journey. Thank you so much. Have a great
It
evening.
was
Take
really
care. Keep
nice meeting
smiling.
you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Shweta. Thank you, Shweta.